Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I'm JT O'Sullivan. Today, we are looking at Jared Goff and the Rams in the Super Bowl versus the Patriots, and really one of the plays that got them going in the third quarter. There wasn't a lot, but this is one of them. A little play action, outside zone. Jared Goff using his anticipation, timing to rip a beautiful comeback here on the sideline to Cooks. Great job distorting the coverage with the route. The timing, though, the movement of the launch point in the pocket for the quarterback, all the things that you want to do, basically closing down the field for the read for the quarterback too. But I love this route, timing, all sorts of good things to learn from. Let's dive into it. Welcome to the QB School. All right, here we go. Snap comes out, and really they're in that tight formation that they're often in. And all they're doing is running an outside zone play action. So what I mean by that is they're just going to run a little action. It's going to distort the launch point. So he's going to come out fake. And now all of a sudden you're over the guard tackle area. And then concept-wise here, it's just a big 20-yard comeback. And it's almost, that's not even a great route. It's almost he's running at the technique of the corner a little bit more. So it distorts it even more. And then you got bail technique out here by the corner, which means that he's running with his bottom towards the sideline, getting depth, and you're never going to have a chance to make a play on a comeback. And then on the inside, they run like a little inside hinge route. So really what you got going is you got this comeback as kind of the, I don't know, I would guess that it's the number 2 route because this one happens first. So yes or no to the inside little hinge, and then outside you got the comeback where you can just come out if it's not there and just leave it with some air out here. Big throw, nice and easy, nobody underneath because you distort the coverage again with the play action. So he's going to get engaged, not get any sort of depth. He stays tight here. You got bail technique by the corner. He's inside, engaged in the hinge. So right here, and then you got nothing underneath this comeback. So you can just leave it out there. He leaves it a little low, but I love the fact that they changed the launch point and they basically closed the field down. What I mean by that is there's nothing happening on the other side of the field. Reynolds right here trying to block Hightower, not a good idea. Higbee in here trying to block a defensive end. We'll see what happens to these guys. They end up getting blown back, but there's nothing over here. This side of the field is closed. So what you do is you simplify it. You close it down. You give a simpler read so he's able to come out and just be himself and rip a nice, easy comeback. So let it play here for a second. Beautiful play action. Let it go. Really nice job at the top. And then let's talk a little bit about the timing anticipation element of it. So he comes out, you get the snap, you come out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you're at the top. He's making that decision to let it go, and Cooks is not out of his route yet. So we can see he's letting this thing go with the idea of throwing to space. Now it comes out a little lower than he probably would want, but he hasn't turned around yet for that timing and anticipation. And then we see the hinge. If he wanted to, he could probably come out and get that too. But there's no underneath coverage. We can see he's not going to make a play on this comeback. There's nobody in this space, the flat defender area, to be able to distort that comeback throw. So I really like it. I love the design. I love the play action, being able to come out, give him something that he wants to be able to see and throw and get it out on time. So that's really the element that I liked. And it was first down play action. You know, they've been pounding the ball all game, not for much, but then he lets that thing go. And there's all sorts of space. Now, you'd love to see Cooks be able to keep his feet and run through that thing, but that might be being overly critical on my part with where the ball location is. But again, bail technique by the corner. You're always going to have that comeback. He still makes a nice play, turning, getting there. He's one of the best in the business. But beautiful job by the Rams getting into something to at least get some success going. And then here, let's briefly talk about the play action. So watch Goff's play action technique. He comes out. He's got his offhand on his stomach. So the backside can't see where the ball is. Ball's totally extended. Able to come around, flip around, keep your feet going, and separated. No heel click at the top, but he's also able to move just a little bit because on his right side, there's all sorts of collision and violence going on. Got Higbee getting crushed. Basically, 2 people running into him with Hightower and the defensive end. You got Reynolds trying to block their middle linebacker who's all of a sudden out there on the edge. But these guys right here, this is not where you want to live if you're a perimeter player in the NFL. You're trying to block an inside defensive end. You're trying to block a Mike linebacker as a wide receiver. This is what happens. You end up getting blown up. Both these guys basically end up coming into Higbee, and just crushing him. But it's a great job by Goff because he's able to come out, beautiful ball fake, flip his hips, but then keep his feet apart as he moves. What I mean by that is keep his feet as he moves away from it so he's ready to throw and get it out still on timing. It's a pretty nice job because he's able to keep it going and not have to worry about the idea that there are people getting blown into him. So that little movement right there, that's a big difference. Probably affects the ball location a little bit. But this is nice. This is playing big time. This is a big time throw. Come back in the NFL. Guys coming at your feet a little bit. But again, you can't live in the space where you're having your tight end and wide receivers blocking these type of guys very often. But you can every once in a while, especially on first down. And that's what I really liked about it. So the Rams eventually got to a few things. Not enough things, obviously. But this is the place I wish they would have lived in a little bit more. Play action, close down the field, make it a simpler read, get it out on time while also changing the launch point. I think that's the other part that really helps. You're all of a sudden, you're not right on the hash or right inside the hash. You're able to come around. Now you're over the guard. You're just a little farther away because if you were over the center, you'd have people in your knees. Watch where the tight end and Reynolds end up. So just that changing the launch point really makes a big difference in the quarterback play. But anticipation, timing, all good things that they eventually got to, and he was able to kind of be resilient trying to work through really a bummer of a performance. So hopefully y'all learned something. Let me know what you thought about the video. If you haven't already, please subscribe. And then really get over to the Patreon community. Get involved. Way more in-depth stuff. We'll be able to do deep dives. But thanks again for watching. I really appreciate it. Have a good one.